Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be making homemade soya spice. So the main ingredients of the day is peanuts. So I'm going to be using 2 packs of peanuts, which are salted by the way, so that means you don't need to be adding salt. So I'm going to be opening 2 packs of the roasted peanuts and pouring it into the bowl. So as you can see, it's 2 bowls of packs of peanuts, because we're making quite a lot of homemade soya spice. So what I have in my hand is African nutmeg, which I'm going to be blending later. So the first thing going in is ginger powder. Obviously, we know that soya spice has to have ginger, right? So this is what I'm going to be using. I'm using 2 spoons of ginger powder. Preferably, I would say use the powder form, not the fresh one. So that's 2 spoons of ginger powder. And this is closely followed by 2 spoons of garlic powder. Then the next thing going in is Scotch bonnet pepper powder, or you can use dry pepper, but it has to be hot, give it a bit of heat. But you can always adjust it to your taste. The next thing going in is onion powder. So we want to make this soya spice as flavorful as possible. So 2 spoons going in, heaped spoons by the way. Okay, so the next thing going in is stock cube powder. Obviously, because you're going to be using soya spice to spice up your meat, your protein, chicken, fish, what have you. So you need to make it as flavorful as possible. And the next thing going in is smoked paprika, hence the very red color, because that's going to give it its reddish taste. Because I like my soya spice to be a bit red, not plain or just brown. So I think I'm going to be adding some more, but we'll see how, as we go along. And that's the peanuts, guys, in my hand. So what I have in my other hand is a nut bag, like a cheesecloth. So what I'm going to do is blend the peanuts. I was going to use a normal coffee blender, but that's a bit small because of the size of amount of peanuts. So I'm going to be using my high-speed blender, which I've done. So I've already blended the peanuts, as you can see. So it's now in powder form. So I'm going to be placing it in that bowl. But first, I have to put it on the cheesecloth. So the reason for the cheesecloth is to remove the excess moisture. Like when you blend peanuts, it's a bit clumped together and wet. So what you want to do is squeeze out all the moisture as much as possible, so that when you mix it with the other ingredients, it's not clumpy, if you get what I mean. So now the cheesecloth is open, or nut bag as I like to call it. So I'm putting the blended peanuts on that nut bag, and I'm going to be squeezing it. So now it's on the nut bag. So what you do, you just take the 2 sides, opposite sides, and then you take the other opposite sides, and then you just squeeze it. Just squeeze it as much as possible. There's some people that also like to take another step, and after squeezing it, then they like to put it in the oven a bit to dry. But no, I'm not going to be doing that. But that's one other way you can do it as well if you wanted to do that. But I don't want to do that, because I feel that this is just enough step anyway. So now all the moisture is out. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using my hands to try and separate them. So so that's what you have there is the African nutmeg, which I've already blended in the coffee blender. So that's going to be going in as well with the rest of the spices. So now I'm going to be crumbling that ground peanuts that I ground in my high-speed blender. So that's going in the bowl I'm using my hands to just try and separate them. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is mix my spices, the ginger, the garlic powder, onion powder, sweet paprika, dry pepper, African nutmeg, what have you. So that's going in as well. As you can see, it's going in. So the mixing has to start. But the process doesn't stop there, guys. I'm still gonna have to sift it because we don't want any lumps in our homemade soya spice. I decided that the color was still a bit pale, so I added a bit of smoked paprika and dry pepper. As you can see, it's now to the color of my choice. But feel free, if you wanted to leave it as pale as it was, it's entirely up to you, but this is what I like. So what I'm doing, I'm just separating, I'm just basically trying to crumble it and make it powdery before I then put it through the sift, just to make sure there are no lumps. So that's just an extra, but by all means, if you like yours the way it is, feel free. It's entirely up to you, but I am going to be sifting mine to make it a bit smoother. And this will keep in and that's what we have. And this will keep in an airtight container. That's the container that I'm going to be storing it in. Airtight. I got that from Amazon. Like I was saying, it will keep in an airtight container. I will say, to be safe, I will say about 2-3 weeks, not more than that, so it's fresh. And then you can always keep making another one. You can make a fresh batch. So that's what I'm doing. As you can see, I've now put it into the sieve, and I'm using a spoon to try and pass it through so it's a powdery form. And that's what it's looking like right now, and it's done. Our soya spice, homemade soya spice, is ready, guys. How easy was that? Amazing. So guys, if you like this video, please give your girl a big thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much.